Do you know some prisons are banning Dungeons and Dragons?
They both have a birthmark of a crown.
Grocery cart theory.
I love this theory.
It's a Ghanaian symbol. It's called Funtun Funafu Danchin Funafu.
I had like rips on both of my leggings. I was bleeding out of my knees. Here we go.
EXFactor episode. What even episode is this? We've been gone for so long.
I thought about this beforehand.
This is
like any excuse.
This is the Friday the 13th episode. It is Friday the 13th. We're back with the banger. My name is Jason. This is my boy, Freddie.
I don't know anything about Freddy versus Jason, but I've always wanted to do this. But then Xander told me some disturbing facts about Freddy Krueger, and now I'm kind of questioning this choice.
He do be doing stuff with kids. Anyways, I can't hear you that well, so the masks do need to come off. Just for now. For a little bit.
I don't even know what to take off first.
All right, anyways, we are back. It's been a long time. It's been a while, but you know, life has been coming up crazy. But listen, we're going to give you updates. Yes. But let's grab this drink. The drink is in theme too. It is...
The Hopsecutioner.
The Hopsecutioner. It's kind of cool. There's a little... Was that a turtle with a guillotine? Let's try it out. It is an IPA.
Can I ask you a question? It's an yeah. Okay.
Just a SIPA.
It's an India Pale. No, it's not a DIPA.
SIPA.
Just a single IPA. I have a question for you. Why there's always artichokes? Is that a thing? Are artichokes the hops?
I have no idea.
We should know more than we do about this.
I don't know. Wait. Do I smell something weird? Hold on.
What?
Oh no. It smells like an IPA.
Yeah. That's an IPA.
I'm getting hints of literally nothing. It just tastes like an IPA.
I'm getting hints of artichoke.
I'm getting hints of fuel later.
I'm getting hints of we're going out tonight.
All right, listen. It's been a long time. It's been like, I think like a little bit over a month, but
it feels so good to be back. Can we just say
I'm
that?
So excited.
I know.
I feel like I'm on my A game too.
Here's my thing too. Me too.
Yeah.
I'm feeling a little spicy tonight. My other thing is I can't believe how many people were like, where's the podcast?
I know.
Like, oh my fans.
A few people told me that.
Also, a weird thing. I think you already disagreed with this, but I don't remember what you said, so I'm going to bring it up again. Calling our fans our exes is so funny to me. I know that you think it's silly because a lot of people think that EXFactor means we're exes, which we're not exes, but I think it's so funny. It's so cute.
It could be fun. It could be fun.
It could be so cute.
So we have 2 total fans.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, that actually came from 2 people. No, I counted on one. I counted the other day, and I think it's like 7. Wow. 7 consistent, loyal fans.
Wow. Shout out.
Yeah, shout out them. Anyway.
Oh, wait, listen. We do need to give 30-second updates because...
Sure.
Because mainly, I mean, we got some updates, right? So, for real, 30 seconds. I'm going to put it on the clock.
Our elevator pitch.
Ready. Set.
I go first?
Go.
Okay. So updates. I moved in with you. Obviously, we already know that. It's been going great. I really love living here. It's been really cool being an adult. I got into medical school. So that is going to be a very different life change. But we're going to see how it works out. I'm still not sure if it's what I'm meant to do, but it's something I've always wanted to try. So I'm going to go ahead and try it out. It is in Albania. But I do have a lot of flexibility, so I'm hoping that at least for the first 2 years, like I can be here mostly. Again, I don't know if that's legitimately what my heart wants, but it's not a hard no.
Right, you just want to try it out.
It's always been something I've wanted to try out, but I feel like low-key in some way it will also make me even more disciplined and devoted to this, as weird as it sounds. This is my only like hold back. My only... this is the only thing that I'm like, no, like this is the one thing holding back that I'm like not 100% yes, like at least committed to trying it. This is the only thing that I'm like, if I like, I don't want to give this up. So right. I don't know how it's going to go. I'm not moving out of here yet. We're going to see. I know it sounds really crazy, but since I get to keep my job, like I have a lot of flexibility in that aspect. So we'll see.
Yeah.
But yeah.
We'll see how it goes. I think you should try everything, especially if there's something you've been wanting to do for so long, and especially if something is gripping at your conscience and at your heart, even though you don't know if that's what you want forever, but you want to try it out at least. Very important you do that.
I definitely think I will grow a lot. And even if I'm only there for 1 semester, I know I'm going to grow a lot. And it's something that I've always wanted to at least be like, okay, I tried this. And I know it sounds insane, but I'm like, just I'm in my 20s. I don't care. Like
the thing
time
is
to try things
also
out.
definitely try it out, but there's also a time, there's time for everything, right?
Right.
So like maybe you experience it and you're like, I do want to do this, but later in my life or whatever. Or
Right.
maybe you do want to finish it all like now, right?
Yeah.
You literally don't know. Like you can't tell unless you try it out. And I think that's like the best advice to give anyone. If they're like thinking about doing something, I don't know if I should, just do it.
So
right?
I've seen a lot of things revolving around time, like in life. I think there's a lot of pressure in regards to time, and is this the right timing for this? Or you're so young, do it while you're young. Or, excuse me, my God, one sip and I'm already. No, but there's a lot of pressure in regards to like, oh, you need to do this now before like you waste your years or whatever. But there's two things that I always like to remember. First of all, the time will pass anyway, right? Second of all, there's actually three things. Second of all, it's never too late, right? So if this is not the right time for me right now, I could always do it later. Like there's no reason for me to worry about like, is this the right time?
Right.
It will figure itself out. And on top of that, for me, like I am so blessed when I'm able to risk it. Like I truly can. If I don't really like it right now, I can go later. Like I don't need, it's not imperative that I finish this. I have another degree. I have a full career.
Right.
But the third thing that I always think about, and it's like this really cheesy quote that keeps going around, but people are like, oh, like in season 1 of Friends, they were 26 years old. Have you ever seen that? Mm-mm. Like in season 1 of New Girl, Jess is 30. It's just like basically like you see this whole show, you see all these characters' lives as they go through what they go through. And people think that they're starting out at like 18. No, they're like late 20s, early 30s. And they're just starting life. So I get peeved when people try to be like, oh, well, you're gonna be in your 30s. You're gonna be old, and it's like life just started.
Right. Another thing, I feel like I realized what my big, everyone was like, oh, what's your biggest fear? Like that's a very common question. I think I realized what my biggest fear is, and it's more of like not a fear that I'm scared of, but it's more like a motivating factor to not be scared of this.
Sure.
Right. So it's not. I don't have a fear of regret, like regretting things that I did. I will never. At least to how I've lived so far. Mm-hmm. There's a couple obviously things that I wish I did differently. Yeah. But as far as like, there's never something I did that was like, oh, I regret doing that. Right, a big life decision, something like that. But regretting what I didn't do actually literally terrifies me.
So that's what I always tell people. I'm like, I will regret never pursuing medicine. I will always regret it. Like it's been on my mind since I was literally like 6 years old. I just need to try it again. And there's a lot of things that are like just in the cards for me right now. I mean, I'm a citizen of Kosovo, so it's free. Mm-hmm. There's nowhere else I'm going to get it for free. That's absolutely not going to happen. And then, I don't know, just like a lot of things that I have to think about. It's really terrifying and I freak myself out. But then at the end of the day, I'm like, this is just a side quest. Like, it's not a big deal. I could literally change my mind tomorrow and be like, I don't want to do this. So
I think for you, the one struggle is too, like what you just said, the podcast, right? So it's like also the struggle of the regretting not doing it. You know what I mean? So it's like
it's two things that I'm like, wow, what if? I don't want to live with a what if at all.
Right.
At all. So part of it is I want to be in two places at once. I can't do that. I've always wanted to be in two places at once. You haven't seen Harry Potter, but in Harry Potter, in one of the movies, in the third movie, she basically, Hermione has a time turner because she wants to take every single class available, but there's just not even enough time in the day. She's so smart. She wants to do it all. And so they give her a time turner and she goes back in time and just like goes to every single class. Like there's just not enough hours in the day.
Yeah.
If I could do that, that would be lovely.
Dude, you know what'd be crazy? I always thought about this. I think I heard it somewhere, TV show, book, something, but like a superpower where when you sleep, time freezes. So you get you can sleep for as long as you want, but you wake up and you have that whole, 8 hours or whatever.
But
that'd be
poor
crazy.
work day would be like 30 hours.
You also can't sleep past anything. This would suck. Imagine being on a flight, be like, I'm just gonna knock out, and then you wake up, it's the same time. That would suck so much.
The one caveat that I would be like,
right?
no.
Like, what else do you have to sleep through? Like, nothing, right?
No, like
there are some
there
things.
are things.
And there's sometimes where I'm excited for the next day and I can't wait for it to get there, so I sleep and then it's there, and then so that would suck too.
To be honest, I found out I do this thing where I stay up as late as possible and like until I get to the point of exhaustion, just sleep, because I'm like so worried that I wasted the day. It's just anxiety. It makes no sense. I'm just like, oh, it can't be tomorrow yet because I live like so much of the day to like I hate sleeping, I think, but I'm so tired all the time.
No, you scare me. You definitely scare me.
I know. It's a problem. We're working on it.
You just wake up. Like I love sleep.
No, I'm just up.
I just don't wake up.
Literally, especially if we drink, I'm like on your door like, Wake up. It's 7 a.m.
No, that's literally insane. Like,
I can't. I literally wake up and I'm like, time to think about everything I did last night. Like,
that's wild.
but
that
yeah,
is wild.
scaries. Anyway, lots of scary things. Friday the 13th in October, which is super cool. Have you ever thought about getting a Friday the 13th tattoo?
Yeah. I mean, I've never like considered it like literally live, like, oh, should we do it now? But obviously I've considered in general, it's free.
You already have one. It's not free.
Aren't they free?
There are some people that do like $13 deals and then you tip, but then there's some people that just do deals.
I would not get a tattoo just because it's Friday the 13th. If it was free,
a lot of people do that.
That's weird.
Okay, well, whatever. And you already have one. I feel like once you have your first, it's simpler. What is your tattoo?
So it's action. It says action over intention. There's a whole story behind that. I got it in my favorite YouTubers, my favorite creative inspirations, like office in New York City.
Say his
crazy,
name.
right? Casey Neistat. It was it was super spontaneous. I just saw him in the back.
Yeah.
I was there for a pop-up shop trying to buy a t-shirt. I saw him in the back. Whatever. I feel like I've told the story. Have I not? Mm-mm. Oh, anyways, I want to talk about new tattoos. Tattoos that we want.
So I finally just found one that I actually want. It's so silly. It's literally like why I think the reason I want. Okay, let me just tell you what it is first. Yeah. Have you seen the Barbie movies, Princess and the Pauper? No. I know that you haven't seen them. I've
heard you ask this question to like 3 people, and they're like,
no. But it's such a big thing. I can't believe none of these people have seen it. Okay, a lot of my friends have seen them. Okay. Mainly girls, but Princess and the Pauper, basically these two, like it's just like the same Prince and the Pauper story, like basically 2 twins or whatever. They look exactly the same, but they both have a birthmark of a crown on their, I think, left shoulder, right shoulder, I don't even know, but a birthmark of a crown because they're both royal or whatever. And Princess and the Pauper, first of all the Barbie movies were a big deal in my house. We're 3 girls. We love them. But especially Princess and the Pauper, we had them in all in Albanian. So we'd watch them in Albanian, 10 times funnier in Albanian. Because they're saying the most ridiculous things. Like, it's not like rated like G for everyone in Albanian. It's just, it's just Albanians talking. So like all the insults are funnier. Everything's hilarious. So we used to watch it all the time, me and my sisters. So I was like, what if we all get a sister tattoo of that birthmark? Now it looks like skin colored. So it's just like a little darker than my skin, and then it's a crown. Which
that's just risky.
Weird,
like it could look
horrible.
Like, what is that? What am I looking at?
Right. And that's how the picture of the girl who did it. The girl, well, I already have so many. Might as well add another.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah, I'll tell that story eventually. I have freaking weird autoimmune spots all over my body, but no, so that's the one I want.
Yeah.
I've never felt so, but I think.
Wait, would you get it if your sisters didn't get it, or would you only get it with them?
Probably only with them.
Yeah.
With them. They're all down. They're scared, but they're down. But I think for me, like I think it's so low commitment because I'm like, I don't care if it looks like a skin defect. Like, whatever.
Also, it's such a light color. It's not black. It's like light.
No, it's super light.
So you could get it removed very easily.
That was also my point. Also, I could just tan a little too much and it would go away. Not that much, but like it's not.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know.
Yeah. See what I mean?
Would it get darker? Because your skin under it will get darker.
I don't know how tattoos work.
I don't know.
To me, I'm like, that skin is gone. It is now just tattoo ink. So I have no idea. But that's my like. I've never seen one that I was like, oh, I could totally get that on my body. Because I don't even consider it a tattoo. I'm like, that's a birthmark.
Yeah.
But you have
mine.
One.
I've been wanting my tattoo since 2017.
I know. I give everyone this advice, and I got this from my ex's stepdad. He basically, whenever he would get a new tattoo, he would make it his background on everything for like
his phone, laptop, computer, whatever.
Everywhere. So he sees it every single day for like a year. And then he'd know he still wanted it.
Right. So I did that in 2017. I had that for my probably like 2 years was my background.
Yeah.
And I still love it. Yeah. So the tattoo is called, it's a Ghanaian symbol. It's called Funtun Funafu Denchum Funafu. It translates to Siamese crocodiles. And basically, I'm going to throw a picture. You're going to throw a picture because you edited it. Throw a picture right here of it. It's basically 2 crocodiles that are conjoined at the stomach. Usually crocodiles fight over their food. They're territorial creatures.
Yeah.
But these crocodiles have the same stomach. So when one eats, they're both nourished. It's basically like a symbol of unity, of diversity of the
Sanders
world.
said everybody eats. Yeah.
Yeah. So when one of us eats, we all eat.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah,
so it's just for unity. In 2017, I did a project called Capturing Infinite Worth.
Yeah.
Where the whole project purpose was like everyone No matter what your background is, everyone has infinite worth. So I was doing research on that topic and I found the symbol and I was like, that's so freaking perfect.
Yeah,
I do
like
want
it
to
a
talk to
lot.
someone from Ghana to like figure out if it like there's any other meanings, because I don't know. There's like 3 websites that have anything about it. So I don't know if it's like super ancient. I don't know if it's new. I don't know.
would definitely try to see, like, they have, you know, they have like a lot of programs now in a lot of colleges, like African studies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So maybe you could reach out there.
I will.
That would be a good idea. I definitely also would. I think you are pronouncing it correctly. It sounds like you're pronouncing it correctly to me.
I mean, yeah, all the like there's pronunciation things online and it tells you how
Yeah,
to do
that's
it.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So just like make sure that, but like I think it's great. I don't know. And I really like the idea of it. Like,
And it's such a cool design. It's a cool logo. It's
it
cool,
looks so cool. Yeah,
Right?
and also on a shoulder.
Yeah, I
right
want it to
there,
be on my
looked cool.
shoulder as the centerpiece and then like some kind of maybe design. Maybe a Ghanaian design. Like,
Would
around
you finish the like? Would you do a sleeve?
it. No, I
No,
would
no
not do
sleeves.
No, I don't. Sleeves, it just covers up you. In my opinion.
I think
That's my personal
I'm
opinion.
meant to be a girl that rocks a sleeve. I will never,
You've never wanted a tattoo in your life.
but I think I could rock a sleeve.
Mm.
Anyway, another tattoo that I've always wanted to get, but I don't think I ever will. I can't commit. Commitment issues. I can't commit. But it's Memento Mori, and I talk about this so often, and
Yeah.
it kind of goes into the theme of like Friday the 13th and death and whatever. But do you know what Memento Mori stands for? I've told you like a billion times. Memento Mori is Latin for remember you will die, and it sounds so morbid at first, but really it's just a reminder of like, remember that one day you're going to die. So it kind of goes back to like what we're talking about, how I don't know, I just think it's so powerful. Remember that you're gonna die. Like you have this one life, and you should just do whatever you can to enjoy it to the fullest and be a good person and just do everything you want to do and live with no regrets. And so I would love, like, that is something I could see seeing on myself every single day and being like proud of that and just living by that.
Yeah, that'd be dope. You should do that.
I'm not going to.
Okay.
Okay.
Listen, recently your friends came over. So
My friend.
what do you mean? Your friends? Yeah.
Oh, well, the way you
So-
say it is like, no, go ahead. Actually, just forget whatever.
Let me just tell you from my perspective. So Elena, every year since the past like 12 years.
I think we're on year 12. It's technically year 13 because of COVID, but year 12. Of
Yeah.
actually
So
doing
every
it.
year you guys go to Halloween Horror Nights
Yes.
together, and it's you and 4 or 5 other people.
Shout out Kurt, Cammy, AJ, David, Cycle.
Nice. So yeah, you guys have known each other since middle school. You go to Halloween Horror Nights every single year. You talk about it all the time. Every year you talk about it.
Oh, I don't even realize that I talk about it that much, but that makes me happy. Yeah.
So this year, you obviously moved in.
Yeah.
And so you guys usually get a hotel or an Airbnb, but this year everyone just came over here.
Yes.
And it was really, really, I knew 3 of them like pretty decently. And you
Despite
kept
how
going.
many times I wanted to introduce you to one of them all the time.
You're like, wait till you meet Kurt. And I'm like, I was in marching band with them. Wait till you meet David.
Like, you know, Kurt. Yeah.
But yeah, so but we were never really close, right?
Right.
And so just like being able to talk to you guys and like seeing the dynamic, especially since everyone doesn't live, no one lives, one other person lives in Orlando. Everyone else is spread out.
So the past few years, because two of us moved to North Carolina, one person moved to Atlanta, one person's in Gainesville, and then there's only 2 of us left in Orlando. And honestly, Cammie, up until this year, lived in St. Pete anyway. So like I was the only one left in Orlando. What we would do is they would come in Friday, we would spend the night at a hotel. Saturday night we would go to Halloween Horror Nights, and then Sunday we'd be here. If you guys don't know what Halloween Horror Nights is, it's basically a thing that they have in Orlando and in California, which we'll talk a little bit more about. But basically it's just like they close down Universal for the night, and it's just all haunted houses and scare zones, and it's really, really fun. And so this year we hosted it here. I was so nervous because, the story of how it started is so weird. So again, kind of like a living life with no regrets thing is like, I feel like I've always done stuff that just makes no sense, but I was just like, why not just try? The worst they can say is no. So in 8th grade, Cammie was my best friend, and all of us were best friends, and we were all in a lot of classes together, and I was just like, we all want to go to Halloween Horror Nights, but we don't have a chaperone. Like my parents aren't going to take me, Cammie's parents aren't going to take us. And so I just walked up to our favorite teacher at the time, Mr. Cycle, and I was just like, you want to take us to Halloween Horror Nights? He was like, yeah, that's perfect, actually. He's like, my wife hates going, and I haven't been in years because I really like it, but she doesn't like to go. So I don't even know how we got through the loophole, or if there was even a loophole at the time or what. We signed some permission slips or something, and we just ended up going with him, and he chaperoned us.
Wow. I didn't even know that.
And the year after, because maybe we did go in 7th grade, because I don't remember if it was 7th or 8th, but the year after, our principal went with us that year too, of our middle school. Like he had a son, in our like our age and in our generation, so he, like, his son came with us too and stuff, and that was a little bit of a bigger group of people. But yeah, so we just, I don't even think we intended for it to be a tradition, but we were just kind of like, let's see if this thing like goes past high school. And then it went past high school, and then we were like, all right, let's see if it goes into college, and like kept going into college. And then we were like, okay, like this is a tradition now. And we have like weird things we do, like in the lines. I swear to you, we were the ones who started the heads up thing in line. I promise.
This is so random. I wish I had more information. I just saw a YouTube video about this. Did you know you just said a game, and I was like, how could you play that game for so long? But then I thought of games, thought of this. Do you know some prisons are banning Dungeons and Dragons?
Why?
Because there's like rules in prison where if there's, a group of people and the leader, that is considered a gang.
Okay.
So straight up, this is serious. This is not like people being high maintenance or picky. This is actually, they're banning it across the country.
No, I don't get it, because like this is probably their only escape. Dungeons and Dragons is an amazing game. Like I've played for a few years now. I freaking love it. It's amazing. But I think that I can see why they're just like, nope, shut it down.
Yeah.
So sad. It's so sad. They shouldn't be able to, but like I feel like they're just like,
I don't see why.
Oh, because like you could be like, my character in the game is gonna go do this, and you could plan a bunch of stuff out.
Right. So there was like literally
used badly or whatever.
So there were, I guess I've never played the game. You have, but I guess you can like make maps or make paths or designs or whatever. No, but listen. They were literally confiscated by guards, and we're like, oh, what is this? It looks like escape plans, but it took one of the guards who played the game before recognized them as like Dungeons and Dragons maps or whatever.
Oh and my God, that's so dumb.
If you're searching someone's cell and you see these maps of buildings and pathways and all this stuff, what are you gonna think?
Okay.
Right?
So the maps you could literally draw a square and be like, this is the planet of blah.
No, but
like,
they're literally like,
no, I know.
The picture that was in the YouTube video was very intricate.
So our dungeon master, so you have a dungeon master who's the leader of the gang. Yeah. He draws out a map for you guys, because you have to literally you're role playing, right? So you have to be there. So the more intricate it is, the better it is for you guys. So my favorite thing about Dungeons and Dragons is playing with people who have never played Dungeons and Dragons before, because if you're any bit creative,
structured, right?
No. So
no. I'm saying like people who haven't played before want it to be rules and structured and all. No,
I know.
Yeah.
What you're saying.
Right.
Well, at least maybe I was just in a unique circumstance. None of us had ever played Dungeons and Dragons. We were like, we're going to do the weirdest shit we can come up with. And we were just like, no. Our dungeon master had been DMing for years, and he was just like, he was like, every time we sit down to play, I throw all my plans away. Like I throw my maps away. I throw everything, because like you guys just do the weirdest stuff. Like I don't know who thinks of that. Like, and it was just because we don't know. There are rules. There are rules to this whole game. We didn't know any of the rules. We were just like, can we get in that whale's mouth and like swim to the bottom? And he was like, no. And I was like, I promise you we can. And I Googled like how big the biggest whale is and if they've ever like swallowed a human. And I was like, we can. Like, and he was like, okay. Like, so it's
that
like,
game is crazy.
But yes, structure, it's definitely important to people who, one, aren't comfortable with each other, to like, I think this was a pretty unique group, because yes, structure is definitely helpful, especially role playing is so weird. Especially if you've never done it. Like, I don't know. I still don't do the voices thing. I'm just me.
Of course.
Every one of my characters is just me.
Yeah, definitely. Yo, okay, so back to what we were talking about. Your friends coming over. So listen, I have also seen a lot of TikToks recently about how adults live life. Now, when you're kids, when you have friends, you're literally, the way you live life is through classes, through activities, through sports. You are experiencing life together. As an adult, how you have friends is you see them and catch each other up on the lives you have already been living. Right. So it's such a weird thing, because like the first night that we all hung out with your friends, everyone had to go like one after the other. Like, updates. Half the people are married. Some people have kids. Some people are, it's like everyone's on a different path. It's such a weird place in life. I guess the rest of life is like that, right? Because there's no right path for anyone, right? I guess the older you get, obviously more people are married, more people have kids. But still, there's gonna be people that never do that, right? Because that's just not where their path leads. So it's just crazy that like that's how you experience life. People don't experience life together.
You're not. Well, we're not friends by proximity anymore, right?
Here's the thing, though. I think in life still, even if you're friends from, if you live close together,
Yeah.
that's still kind of life, right? You might not see your friend for a month, sometimes 2,
Right.
sometimes 6 months. It'll pass and I'll see a friend and I'll be like, I didn't even realize it was 6 months ago, but there's so much to catch up on because you're not living life together. So you have to catch up things.
Okay, that's
even
true.
when you live together.
That part is true, but
Or not live
proximity
together,
just means.
well, in our case, lived. You just gotta update me and see you.
I'll go like, hey, guess what happened earlier? No, friends by proximity doesn't necessarily just mean like doesn't mean same city. It just means like they're just around. I guess friends by proximity also just means like you're not really that close of friends. You're just friends because you do the same things together.
Right.
But you're right. Like I think that when you get older, you just get busier, and then just like I don't know. I think it's a good thing though. It keeps life more interesting. But it does make me really miss them. I do wish that we were still forced to do at least one thing together. That's why D&D is such a big thing. Like, not to bring it back to that, but a lot of people religiously will play for years and play once a week, and that's how they catch up with their friends. So that part's really cool. But
that is wild. But another thing I liked when you guys were over, dude, we sat on the couches downstairs for the first night. We sat for so many hours talking about so many random things. Oh. And it was like actually in-depth, like good conversation.
Shout out David right now. Okay, so he is my favorite person to talk to because I love to argue. I love a good debate. I love to tell you why you're wrong and I'm right. And David never gets upset. Like it's never emotional. Like we will go at each other's throat. I mean throat. Like,
and you also probably disagree with like most things.
100%. He's wrong about everything. But I can also for most of it, for a lot of it, I see the logical steps he took to get there.
Right. Yeah.
So I respect the opinion. But yeah, we go for each other's throats. He tried apologizing to me this past weekend. He was just like, hey, I'm sorry, like, or something like, I'm sorry if I went too far, or blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I'll stop you right there. I was like, you are one of the only people that I know that I can argue with and like not have to, like, we both know we're just arguing. We still love each other at the end of the day. It's literally just a debate. Please don't ruin that. I was like, just don't say sorry. Like, but it's really fun. And we talk about the most, like, oh my God, I think Friday night they were discussing, because I had no part in this discussion. They were discussing like houses for like 3 hours, like mortgages. And I was like sitting there like, oh my God, what is going on? Like, but I and that's like the one time that I didn't really feel the need to like jump in, because I'm just like, this is just.
Yeah, no, that topic came up like a few times. I was like, good Lord. I literally looked at Kimmy at one point and I was like, let's talk about something more fun than this.
We also play this. I'm giving you guys an insight into this. I don't know if I have permission, but whatever. To the sacred tradition. We also play this game that we invented in middle school. It's called Sevens, and it's basically like a mix of table tennis and actual tennis. I don't even know how to describe it, but we always have to find the.
It's kind of like, honestly, kind of like Foursquare.
Yes, that is no, because they used to actually have like we would like make squares in. Thank you so much for that. But we always play it like at hotel rooms or something. So we add like I think we called it Arena last year, like Sevens Arena, Sevens Ultimate or something like that. We like add the walls in, and there's like now we have duos, and it's so much fun. It's such a physical game. Like we're all sweating at the end. And I love that we have that little tradition as well. And just
first of all, it looks in the best way possible. It looks ridiculous. There's a bunch of like stupid 25+ year old people playing. Literally, like we moved everything out of the middle of the house, coffee table, chairs, everything was out, and just the coffee table in the middle, and that was the table that you were playing on. Yes. And just like these fully grown adults, married, kids, everything, just playing. And like kids, like making up rules as we go. Like that, you do that as a kid.
And we're just like, no, that doesn't even work. Why? What's the point of playing then? Like,
yeah.
And then the best part is like how physical again. Last year I had like rips on both of my leggings. I was bleeding out of my knees because I was like, no, seriously. Kurt got like scratched up on his arm. I think he told his mom he ran into something. I was like, why didn't you just tell her we're playing sevens? Like, why'd you lie? We're doing nothing
she's like,
bad.
I got in a fight.
No.
I
got arrested. I don't know. It's like, what is wrong with you?
Dude, that is so freaking funny. Not speaking of, this just gives me an idea. We should bring back games like that. Dude, we should literally play Manhunt. Because we also talked about this.
We did talk about Manhunt. Oh my God.
Literally in
Manhunt
high
is
school,
so
we
much
were
fun.
like full out playing Manhunt.
Oh.
So I
So I
feel
was like, we had different high school experiences than other people. I'm like, some of our friends, now that we know, they're like partying and having this great time, which we love partying.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with partying, but like, I'm asking permission to go to your house to play Manhunt.
Yeah.
Like,
and we played for hours too. We would break stuff in my house. Like, oh my gosh, how are we?
We played Manhunt in the day. It was daytime. How do you play Manhunt in daytime?
No, but we should rearrange something outside, like in a neighborhood. Not in a neighborhood.
So
we can't do that. Somewhere like that we could. I don't know. For Bok Tower. That or Capture the Flag. Capture the Flag is so fun.
Oh, I want to play. Here's my thing, right? Okay. In our adulthood, there are a lot of like, there's still sports you can play. There's still a lot of stuff that you can do. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that you can do. I play soccer, you know this. Like, there's a lot of stuff. My thing is, it needs to be competitive. I don't want it to just be like, oh, well, we're not freaking in the Olympics, so it doesn't matter or whatever. Or we're not playing for a league. Well, we are playing for a league, but it's not like school where like it matters, whatever.
Soccer is pretty like.
Yeah, no, I want to play Capture the Flag, but like intense. Like I want it to be real.
Yeah,
I don't
we can
need
organize
this,
it.
like,
That'd be so fun.
oh my God, I want let's with paintball. Let's introduce paintball to it.
Paintball.
You're out.
I just saw on YouTube dodgeball, but it was with bow and arrows, and they had, but obviously like it's a place that you go to. It's called Arrow Ball or Dodge Arrow or something like that. But it looked so cool.
First of all, dodgeball, they need to bring that back to schools.
They have that intramurals. Oh, it just like
into school.
At UCF they have it. They have you could.
Okay, that's so much fun. Yeah, we played that when I was a lifeguard. By the way, lifeguard, best job ever. I wish I could just do that for the rest of my life. But no, we played dodgeball there a lot, and I was like, wow, like this is such a like rite of passage as a kid. Too bad it's used to like literally bully kids, because if it wasn't such a like a conduit for bullying, it'd be the best game ever.
Throwback, dude. Speaking of that, like, dude,
speaking of bullying,
bullying and feeling horrible because you're a loser is bro, a birthday party we went to recently, we did teams. That was such a throwback thing too. There was 3 team captains, and it was like one after the other.
Schoolyard pick. I was second to last. Let's go.
You were not second to last, were you?
I was second to last.
Oh, that's so funny.
I was second to last, and I was like, I was looking around like, motherfucker, I'm an asset. And then I got involved, and I'm cussing out the owner of the house, like, or not the owner, but like the person that lives there. Me and Aaron, like going in, like, it was so much fun. Anyway, go on.
That's it. It was just fun. It was just throwback.
Yes,
it was just reminiscent.
I know.
think we need to bring things like that back for sure.
Senior,
because real quick,
Olympics.
this kind of ties into what I'm saying about how you don't experience life anymore. I feel like if we do these things, like organize these fun activities like that, that's living life together.
My favorite thing is to do things that like people either say can't be done, or it's just like not really the norm or whatever. Like, I think that so many people would get back into the creative and like imaginary, like, you know, when you're a kid, your imagination is just so great, and like you just, I don't know, life is just so much better when you're a kid because things are just so much fun. I would love to get back to that. And so
continue.
Organizing like a field day like that would be so much fun.
Oh, field day would be sick. What the heck?
Howard, I went to
why does it have to be for somene's birthday? Let's literally just do
a field day.
Yeah.
I know. My favorite.
Wait, this is huge.
I know. It's something. My favorite. I went to like the best middle school ever at the time that I went there. I swear. When Hunger Games came out, it was like, first of all, Hunger Games. I'd read the book before it came out. We were all so pumped for it. Like, it was so cool. But we did a Hunger Games field day. So it was like, we had like bow and arrows and whatever, like camouflage. We did like face painting, like whatever, like, but it was all competition and stuff like that. Like, we could make like themed field day.
There's like not even a maybe, like we are going to do this. It'd be
also,
so
people
good.
do beer Olympics. I don't mind drinking.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
It's gonna incorporate drinking.
Every game's gonna have alcohol in it, for sure.
I love it. But beer Olympics is such a good idea. Why not? It's just like, hey guys, we're all getting around to go do this.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, but even like some old games like sack races or whatever, like three-legged races
back,
bro, or like egg toss, dude. So many possibilities.
We played Dizzy Bat for the first time. We were tailgating. It's tailgating season.
I had a college experience.
I had a college experience. You know, I've never done a keg stand. What's that about?
When I
What is that
went to
about?
my first college party, my mom made 3 rules for me. I've said this so many times to you, but these are my 3 rules that my mom said. Rule number 1, don't drink upside down. I don't know. Actually, I don't remember the order. I don't. But one of the rules was do not drink upside down.
I have a video of you doing it. First keg stand. I have a video
I
of
did
you
it
doing
one
it.
time, Mom, and I don't understand that rule.
It gets you drunk quicker, allegedly.
Yeah, but like, okay, you'd take...
I'm like, it should get you drunk slower. It takes harder to go down.
Yeah,
what do
right?
you mean?
No, but also like, it's like 10 seconds. So let's say it doubled and it was twice the... It's just not a lot. It's
Okay,
beer.
well,
it's not like it's liquor, right? 2.
Could be.
Second rule was don't drink jungle juice because you don't know what's in there.
We drank that jungle juice.
I didn't.
Yeah, okay.
Listen. I did drink jungle juice. I broke
you
2
did.
of the 3 rules.
What was the third one?
I broke that one too. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
was it?
No, it wasn't. It was just be safe. I always followed that rule.
She said, rule 4, have fun.
Have fun. Have fun. No, it was just be safe.
You know what I'm against? Beer funnels. I just think you look so scary. Speaking of scary things, Friday the 13th, so scary. Beer funnels.
I think you look scarier. What does that mean, scary? Like, what about shotgunning?
No, shotgunning's fine. Beer
Shotgunning's
funnel
less scary to me.
funneling into your freaking throat. You don't think that's scarier than just drinking a
it.
drink?
It's not like going down.
Okay, the thought of it is ridiculous. Agree with me. Agree. You're using a tool to funnel alcohol in you faster.
But that's the same thing for a shotgun. It just pours down.
But it's still just the can. Like it's like whatever.
You're
like,
literally drinking it from a tube as opposed to a can.
dude,
It's the same
I
thing.
know, but the point is it's another tool that you're factoring into drinking to drink
Anyways, did you
faster.
even do Dizzy Bat?
I did.
You
I
did?
did so bad. I think that I have really good hand-eye coordination. I did so
First of
bad.
all, you chug a whole beer and then spin in a circle for 10 seconds. No one has good coordination after that, except for me. I've never missed one. I've done it 3
Yours
times
was
in my
so
life.
good. No, I have a video. Well,
Yeah.
no, my freaking phone didn't want to record, but people have videos of
Yeah,
me
yeah.
doing it. Mine was so bad. Like, I'm pretty sure everybody was like, oh. Like, strangers were looking at me all excited, and then they just went,
No, you're supposed to miss
okay.
it. That's the point. You're supposed to miss it.
No,
If
it
you
was
hit
not
yeah,
cute.
it's like
It was not fun.
exceptional.
No, I want to hit it. Again, competitive. I'm like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
What am I doing if I can't hit the ball?
Yo, Dizzy
Not
Bat
drinking enough.
baseball would be crazy too. Dizzy Bat kickball.
I've talked about kickball on this
Yeah,
freaking thing.
Anyways,
Let's reel it back in.
let's talk about one actual topic. Let's stop talking about us. Let's talk about me.
Not fun,
I'm just
but-
kidding.
oh.
No, let's not. No, I'm kidding. The one actual real topic that I have here is grocery cart theory.
Oh, I love this theory. Please tell the audience what it is.
Let me read what grocery cart theory is. I have to Google it because I'm not prepared. All right. Okay, I'll just read it. Not the whole thing. Okay, so the shopping cart is the ultimate litmus test for whether a person is capable of self-governing. To return the shopping cart is an easy, convenient task that one which we all recognize as the correct, appropriate thing to do. To return the shopping cart is objectively right. There are no situations other than dire emergencies in which a person is unable to return the cart. Simultaneously, it is not illegal to abandon your shopping cart. Therefore, the shopping cart presents itself as the apex example of whether a person will do what is right without being forced to do it.
Yeah.
Then it keeps going. It gets crazy. This one, it was like, a person who is unable to do this is no better than an animal, an absolute savage.
A fucking savage.
An absolute savage who can only be made to do what is right by threatening them with a law and the force that stands behind it.
I mean, low-key not wrong though. It costs you nothing to go. I honestly don't even think that an emergency constitutes. What, you found out about the emergency as you were putting the groceries away? Unless the groceries are left in the cart, there is zero excuse. What emergency?
What if
You get a call as soon as you're done unloading the last bag? Is that what you're gonna tell me?
No. What if the grocery trip was a last minute thing and there was a surprise party and your friend's going to be there in 10 minutes and you have to be there?
Oh, 10 seconds. You're gonna waste 10
You're
seconds.
already probably going to be late. But
So you're gonna save 10 seconds?
Yeah.
No, you're an asshole. Sorry, you're an asshole.
Here's my thing. Here's my thing.
You have zero excuse to not return that cart.
I agree. Well, I always return my shopping carts, first of all.
I'm gonna be watching
But
now next time we go grocery shopping.
The thing is this. It is also something that is very, very seemingly at first, because you're used to it, you do it all the time.
Yeah.
It's seemingly insignificant until you actually put intention and thought behind it.
That is
right.
absolutely true.
My friend, probably 4 years ago, before that, I put my card away probably 80% of the time. 20% of the time,
I was the same way.
if I saw like a parking spot with the lines through it, like it just wasn't a parking spot, I would put the cart there because like no one's gonna park there. It was just there. But I didn't think about.
You're better than me. I would just angle it like somewhere.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. But about 4 years ago is when my friend told me and was like, I don't know the exact words he used, but he was basically like, you should always put your card away because it takes 2 seconds to do and it's the right thing to do. That's all he said. And I was like, that makes so much sense. It is the right thing to do. It takes 2 seconds. Sometimes the furthest grocery cart return will be like, I don't know, 20 seconds extra. But like it takes so little time. So my only defense is like, if you don't think about it, if you've never had this conversation,
a lot of it is
not.
just not even ignorance.
Yeah, no,
it's
it
just
is.
like, leave it here. Like it doesn't matter. They're going to take it up anyway. But I think that once you know, so anybody listening to this, I think that you should put it away. Like really, it does not take that much time.
And there's going to be a worker that does it. And yes, that is their job. However,
Actually,
it makes their job harder when they're all spread out
I will
around.
say I just thought of a reason why I don't. Like if I'm at Walmart, I'm not doing it depending on what time of night and depending on what
okay. That's a
like
reason.
it's like a parking lot. First of all, it's not very lit up. Second of all, if I'm alone, I'm not doing it.
Right.
I'm,
So that's another
silly.
factor. So that's not what this is talking about.
Right.
No. But if it's in the daytime at a Publix,
exactly.
at a Whole Foods,
at a Target, be so serious. Trader Joe's, I'll do
Club.
laps for that. Yeah. Sam's Club is a take. Like
really?
Oh yeah.
They have a membership. What? It's owned by Walmart.
You're making my point for me. I don't have to say anything.
I don't know. Okay. Anyways,
I think
that is also why now tip culture is so ingrained in everyone that like, at least if you're like, I don't know, you should know by now, but there are some people that are just not raised to tip.
No, and I agree with that. It's just like, so that's true, right? Like, I think that, again, like, okay, when I go to Kosovo, we don't tip. It's just not, you just don't tip. Like, there's not even somewhere to tip.
Right.
So it's not a thing.
But they don't have the same, like, wage thing. Like,
No,
where it's
no,
way
no,
lower.
no. They get paid
minimum.
a living
probably.
wage.
Yeah,
They get paid a wage that, like, you don't need tips.
Right.
Here, I think that most people, even from out of the country, maybe not most, but a lot of people do know, they just don't give a shit. They're like, I'm from out of the country or whatever. But
that's also, well, maybe in Orlando it's not a minority, but like usually it's people that live. They're not from out of the country. They're literally eating locally.
I personally think if you can't afford the tip, like you shouldn't eat out.
For sure.
I just do. I think that tipping is just part of the culture. I think that I do think that servers can make a lot of money. As they should, like whatever. I honestly, I was a server for a few years and scary. Like it just emotionally was just not for me. I was like, damn. Yeah. I feel like I'm a pretty tough person, and that I was just like, no, you get to see the worst sides of people.
Yeah, I think also I get it.
I think that's the best litmus test. How do you treat your freaking server? Like,
how do you treat them?
How do you treat them? Like, legit, how do you treat the person that like is serving you? Legit. Yeah. Even though you're paying for the service, it's not even, I don't know.
That's true.
I'm drunk, so.
Anyways, I think that's a good wrap. That's a good wrap up.
Tip your servers.
Yeah, and return your shopping carts.
Question for you, real quick. Thoughts on any Halloween costumes?
I don't have any Halloween costume ideas.
Should we run it back and do Frozone and Mrs. Incredible, I guess?
I kind of want to be...
Except it was Mr. but whatever.
I kind of want to be...
You don't want to do Frozone?
A sunken submersible. I saw that on TikTok and I was like, oh, it's kind of good. Spooky.
Read the freaking room, bro. You're like,
anyways.
I kind of want to be...
What did you say? Frozone? Are you what?
No, I said let's run it back and be Frozone on Mr. Incredible.
Don't trigger me again.
It would be fun. We could do it again.
Yeah, no,
round 2.
No, they always come back. Anyways. All right. Listen, we'll see you guys later. Stay tuned next week unless Elena moves. Bye.
I'm going to be here. Peace.